We are the most powerful, influential race, period. Not by net worth, not by politics, culture. You know how many things has been done to us to beat the shit out of this smile, and I'm still smiling. The resilience of black culture after every attempt to kill and literally get rid of us, wipe us off the face of the fucking earth, and we still smiling, still in the videos dancing, still influencing what they're wearing, what they're doing, what the direction that they're deciding to move in. We not watching them the way they watching us, but they got their shit together, so they always gonna win. Why we mad though?
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are having a great time, and it is always a great pleasure to have you on the channel. So in today's video, or in today's episode, I want us to share about something I found really very interesting. I'm going to share with you a short video by Tyrese Gibson, a very intriguing, very interesting, and very thought-provoking video. I want to share with you the video. Let's watch the video objectively, and at the end of the video, we can have our own analysis, our own, reaction on the video, actually about what is being talked about in the video. So I do not want to give you spoilers into this video. So let's just jump in right into this video. Let's watch it together once again objectively. And at the end of the video, we can share a thing or two. So here is the video.
This gonna be controversial, but I'm gonna say it. Would you agree or disagree that physically on Earth, there's more black people than the overall Jewish community? Yes or no? Talking about if you were born and raised Jewish, are there more physical people a part of the Jewish community than the overall black community in numbers?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
I would probably say there's probably more black when you look at the continent of Africa.
Yeah, the whole world.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Yes. See, they got their shit together. Community, working with each other, doing dinners every Friday, putting the phones down and discussing the chess moves in the play. See, us as black people, we're fragmented. You can't do nothing fragmented. Can't do nothing jealous and envious. Now, this is not gonna go viral because I got a Jewish daughter, so relax. Latinos, the Latin community, they don't move as a fragmented race and culture. That's why they own everything. That's why they buying up all of the businesses. The Asian community, they don't move as a fragmented culture. That's why they buying up everything. Now, white people got that same blueprint. And yet, this is what's scary, boys and girls. We are the most powerful, influential race, period. Not by net worth, not by politics, culture. You know how many things has been done to us to beat the shit out of this smile, and I'm still smiling. The resilience of black culture after every attempt to kill and literally get rid of us, wipe us off the face of the fucking earth, and we still smiling, still in the videos dancing, still influencing what they're wearing, what they're doing, what the direction that they're deciding to move in. We not watching them the way they watching us, but they got their shit together, so they always gonna win. Why we mad though? Don't keep talking about the Jewish community. Be inspired by what happens when they link up. What you mad at? Get some. Have you ever won a Super Bowl by yourself, Shannon?
No.
Have you ever won a game by yourself?
No.
No? All black people on the same NFL team, right?
I mean,
Right?
sometimes I felt like I'm playing by myself.
Yeah, I understand.
I just can't.
But it was still about 17 of y'all niggas on that line, though. Even though you was the star. It takes a team. Now, the world you come from, which is interesting, similar to my world, but very different. You have white ownership. They're standing on a united front. Now, keep in mind, before y'all get all worked, I don't have a racist bone in my body. I'm trying to tell y'all some uncomfortable truths. And these truths might be uncomfortable because you're like, who the man? I'm talking to you, goofy ass, fragmented ass person. Okay? The NFL own all the teams. The NFL own the NBA. But we, as black culture, are running up and down that basketball court. And once we get our shit together, we win championships. We get the rings. We get to come home with the gold from the Olympics. We didn't pay for our salaries. We don't own the planes that the teams are being transported on. We don't own the arenas or the stadiums. But if we as black culture, which take up the majority of black sports, if we were fragmented, we wouldn't win shit. So we come together and we get on the same, we huddle, we talk, we practice, Shannon.
Yeah.
We create the algorithm and we kill everything in its path for those teams that win the championship, that win the Super Bowl. There's a lot of white people on these teams as well. But we take up the majority. And yet we are the minority. We are the majority.
Yeah.
But we're the minority. So how, I'm asking you, all the agents, all the managers, all the lawyers in Hollywood, all the heads of all of the studios, don't keep attacking Jewish people because they got their shit together, man. Don't, all the press, the media, the news outlets and all that everybody's got this big problem with. They own it, they run it, they operate it, they control it, whatever that might be. What's the problem? You mad at a community of people that got their shit together? You had your shit together on the football field. That's why y'all won. Mm-hmm. The days y'all didn't have y'all shit together, you lost. You never won one single game by your team. You might have ran the most yards. You might have gotten the most touchdowns. You might have took over all the highlight reels. Mm-hmm. But you were still on that football team with your whole squad. Would you agree?
I'd agree.
Okay, so guess what? Go out there and try and fly solo all you want. You ain't gonna get shit. So why get mad at them for having their shit together?
Okay, welcome back. So I find this video really very thought-provoking. You know, ever ask yourself why we keep really asking ourselves this burning question, that why is Africa the richest continent, but why at the same time the black people that come from Africa or the people from Africa are the poorest? Why are the two opposites existing together? How can you be the poorest people but residing in the richest place on earth? Now, here is the perfect answer to that question. The fact that Africa is so rich but is not able to actually exploit its own potential and earn from its resources fairly, then that gives away the answer to that question. So the problem with Africa, as you have heard from Tyrese Gibson, and not Africa, when I say Africa here, I mean the black culture, black people, be they in Africa or outside of the African continent, that is in Caribbeans, in Europe, in the Americas, anywhere else on earth that the black people exist. one big problem with Black people is fragmentation. You see, the truth is, and this is common, very basic knowledge, common sense, is that a people united is hard to beat. You cannot beat a united people. And once people come together, they do great things. And the problem with the Black culture is we don't have that concept in us. Not that we've never had this concept, not that the Black people don't know about this, but because the one that is watching whatever the Black person is doing is also making sure is working round the clock to make sure that the Black people do not come together. You know why? Of course, because when you start coming together, realizing that this is my power, this is my potential, these are my resources, and this is my place, then you know that you're going to starve them of the privileges and all the advantages they have taken upon you as the Black culture, and they are not willing to take that. Maybe nobody else would be willing to lose everything that they have had, they have been getting, have been earning just so easy. So look at how and what is happening in Africa since post colonialism, if post colonialism is even the right word. So once the white man ostensibly or pretentiously l- left Africans to rule themselves, he continued to rule by proxy. And how did she did do this? Made sure that even from afar, they remote control the leadership of African people, Africa, in African countries. Now, they taught us, they first of all, when they came during the scramble of Africa, they greedily shared the continent of Africa into, like a piece of cake, into their various territories, and they drew borders, national, what we have as national borders today in Africa. And when they left, they never left with their borders. Do you realize that they left a fragmented people, a fragmented continent? And they taught us to hate each other. And they set up us against one another. And they incite us against one another. We are getting incited against ourselves, against our own uh, blood, our own brothers and sisters. And now they tell us this is a different country from these. These, you are a different people, these are a different people, so and so. This country and this country, we can't do this, we don't do this. We need, and it has gotten so bad in Africa that to move in Africa is so hard. Just to traverse Africa as an African myself, that is sometimes it's easier for me to leave Africa, to leave my country to Europe and America than it is to leave my country just to another African country. It's so bad, the situation is so bad that sometimes there is no means in terms of just basic infrastructure to move people from one African country to another. So, how bad is the situation? So bad that if I want to move to a certain country in Africa, say in the west of Africa, and I'm in the east of Africa, I might be forced to fly to Europe and then back into West Africa. Move from East Africa out into Europe so I can be able to fly back into West Africa. That's how sad the situation is. We are so fragmented. We do not come together to realize that once we come together, we have a stronger voice, and we can ask for anything that we like, and we can force our way into really getting to our full potential. The problem with Africa, with so much riches, is that the African people, and I say again, in this video, when I say the African people, I mean the black culture, wherever, be they in the Americas or in the Caribbeans or in Europe, in Asia, and everywhere. So the thing is, if we come together, if we put our forces together, our voices together, then we can command a lot more. And the enemy is not taking that. So will continue to propagate the narrative of fragmentation. So you remain a divided people, because the tactic is divide and rule. Divide and rule. Once we come together, then it's hard to really control such a powerful force. For example, look at Africa. Africa, with so much riches in terms of natural resources, when it comes to human resource, Africa is close to 20% of the total population of the world. Africa is leading in terms of the youngest population. And, that is the manpower, that is the labor force. But it does not really reflect when it comes to the economical strength of Africa. There are so many black people across the world. Maybe as of now, as of this year, 2024, the percentage of black people in the world is difficult to determine precisely, due to the varying definitions of black across different regions and different cultures. But the truth is, the percentage of black people in terms of human resource, could be anything upwards of 20% of the total. If you were to couple even just 20% of the total population of the world, of the 8 billion people in the world, and all the natural resources that the black people should be controlling, then that is a formidable force. That is a force that cannot be turned down. But that is not the case, because we're not given an opportunity. And it's not just about not being given an opportunity, but it's actually about haven't realized where the rain started beating us. So it is really time for the black culture, the black person, to realize the truth, come to senses, and know that we need to come together as a people, as black people, and say, hey, we need to get ourselves together. We need to know who our brothers are. We really need to take our brothers and appreciate each other. The African Americans, they call them the African Americans, belong to Africa. Black people in the Caribbean, they belong to Africa. Africa belongs to Africans. Black people belong to Africa. Africa is their business, and they need to be given time to control themselves and their resources. Once we start getting a fair share, once we start getting fair compensation on our resources, then we definitely are going to become a formidable force. The white person is not willing to give you a chance to realize that. No. In fact, something to celebrate about the black culture. The black culture is very resilient. In nature, you are the most resilient people that there is in the world. Look at the invasion of the white person on the Americas, in Australia, in the Caribbeans, and then in Africa. They managed to overpower, to subdue, and actually almost entirely wipe out the indigenous populations of Australia, of the Americas and the Caribbeans. But what happened in Africa? Do you think they were so merciful that they decided not to wipe out? No, they tried, they attempted, but because of the sheer black resilience, the black person is still here today, struggling amidst all the oppression. A black person, the sheer resilience of the black person is unimaginable. And once that black person is able to realize their own potential, then they become the most powerful person on earth. So that is that for this video. Please do share your thoughts, your comments on this in the comment section below. Like and share this video, but most importantly, you might want to support our small channel by subscribing to it if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel. So until next time, see you in the next video. Peace.